We petrolheads look how the car behaves, what the engine is like, how does it sound like, but there are other interesting things about cars. They may not necessarily impact the driving behavior, but it may take your interest anyway. Feel free to type down any other features you find cool on any car. Saab 99 and 90. Manufactured in Sweden and Finland, this was Saab's first attempt to produce a larger executive model. The 99 featured longitudinally mounted engines between 1.7 to 2 liters, normally paired to manual gearboxes, but there was a 3-speed auto as well. Interestingly, the Saab 99 was amongst the very first cars to feature headlight wipers and high-pressure washers. Honda del Sol. Meant as the CRX successor, the Del Sol in Spanish translates as of the sun and refers to the Del Sol's roof. The car was sold as a sport compact. Although there were no powerful engines here, it had a cool retracting sunroof. It was stored in the rear boot. Just watch. Nissan Skyline GTS. The Nissan Skyline is a sporty model, mostly known as a coupe, but also sold as a four-door sedan or rarely as a wagon. The R31 generation was sold with an active four-wheel steering and even with a diesel engine, but the one special feature that must be mentioned is the active front spoiler on the GTS models. It folded down about 60 km/h, or driver was able to control it via a switch on the dashboard. Lexus GS. The Lexus GS of the third generation is without a doubt a great looking sedan. It is also very well equipped with many luxury options that most of them were standard. Adaptive front light system, brilliant 14-speaker Mark Levinson audio system, power trunk closer, or a fold-out compartment to control other stuff like trips, dashboard brightness, powered mirrors, or the rear sunshade. It may not be all that cool, but some people are blown away, like my lovely girlfriend, for instance. Porsche Panamera. The Porsche Panamera is meant for people who like the Porsche design but prefer luxury over sportiness. The Panamera offers both with its classic configuration of a big front-mounted engine and rear-wheel drive, optionally 4x4. The goal was to make it look like a typical Porsche with pure line, and so a complex 3-piece rear retractable spoiler was designed. Koenigsegg. The name of Koenigsegg is a synonym of innovations. This company is like no other, and despite the fact that they only have 200 employees, Koenigsegg brings out massive amount of new technology every time a new model is launched. One of the coolest and most practical is the 90-degree turning doors, which use a clever mechanism to minimize space requirements when opened.
The idea of the Koenigsegg Autoskin function came about when we were developing the hydraulic systems for the rear wing, the ride height control, and the lifting system for the front end of the car, as we already had hydraulic pumps, reservoirs, and a hydraulic and electronically controlled system in the car.
Bugatti Veyron. Talking about interesting retractable spoilers, the Bugatti Veyron has a real big one at the back. Even though it is a single piece one, it has multiple functions. When the Veyron reaches 200 km/h, the spoiler retracts up at 14° angle with an additional spoiler below at 24 degrees. At top speed mode, it is down tilted at 3 degrees, and during braking, it is at 55 degrees in just 0.4 seconds, helping to reach 2 G of braking force as an air brake. Nissan 300ZX. The 300ZX is a successor of the famous Z model. It now mostly uses V6 engines, and even more often, interestingly, a turbo hooked up to some of them. The Z31 was a typical 80s looking Japanese creature, with some special features like an optional digital dashboard with digital climate controls. Alongside that, there was a voice warning system which muted the radio to warn you about low fuel, key left in the ignition when the door opened, or simply a door was ajar.
Holy crap.